Hello, welcome to another VOD review. This is Caveman PRDR, and today we're going to be playing Rek'Sai Jungle. We do go with a Ghostwalker Hatchling. Um, yeah, we're playing against a Kha'Zix on the other team. I immediately recognize right here, trying to ward the opposite pixel from where I generally plan on starting, and we do a little bit of taunting at the beginning. He actually backs and buys a sweeper. I also back and buy a sweeper. This isn't an activity I usually see other people do in my elo. This is something I usually do in my games. But anyway, because my team has a ward on their blue, I get to see that Kha'Zix is starting blue, but there's a potential that the Kha'Zix doesn't know that I'm starting red until the laners tell him. But anyway, I start red. I recognize that he's going to be pathing up. I'm also going to be pathing up. So my idea right here is to actually try to invade him at his red. I decided to do this fairly early on. But my camps aren't really in the position that... I go after the wrong camps, basically. I do red and raptors, but here I probably need to do Gromp, and then I'm good, because it just wastes a good bit of time. He's already finished out his blue side, and I kind of just mess around and don't really get the right camps in time. I'm still at blue, so I just go after the unnecessary camps that could get me to where I need to be earlier. And he's going to be cleaning up his red by the time I get here, but he's going to be lower health than me, and we're both double buffed, so it does result in it does get the result that I want here. But it was a little bit inefficient. But we get topside scuttle control for that. Renekton's shoved in, or shoving in the Shin, so I'm able to get top scuttle, and then we finish out the blue side clear. Honestly, like I said earlier, really probably should have left the blue and gotten the Gromp instead. And I wanted to help Renekton right here because he was getting shoved a little bit with the Shin. But Shin, I guess, just knew that I was coming. But anyway, missed opportunity there. I actually go mid, and unfortunately, bad gank here and I die. He catches me in the minion wave, and Kha'Zix takes opportunity by going after my tier 2 raptors. And he does know that my Krugs are there, so he's going to go there. It's a little risky for him to do this because he should know that I'm coming back this way. Unfortunately, he does kind of get away with this for free because Tristan is not paying attention, which kind of sucks, but this is the retaliation for the play that I made before. And I'm wanting to take advantage of Kha'Zix being overeager to make another play, so I'm able to punish him for it. Unfortunately, there are 4 people in bot lane instead of just the 2, like I thought there were going to be originally, so I do get punished for overstaying there, but overall we get another kill back on the Kha'Zix. Our red's up, so we're going to start red, and then we're going to path back up toward blue ideally. And Kha'Zix is going to have his camps to work on. And this is going to be where I recognize that he took both of my red side camps. I wanted to place a ward nearby to get vision on Dragon. Honestly, wasting a good little bit of time right there. I knew my bot lane was shoved in, and they weren't full health, so I wanted to kind of be near them and kind of give them a little extra layer of safety. Which realistically, I probably should be on my blue side now, but yeah. Again, a little bit of a waste of time here, but kind of just playing to go after the Kha'Zix whenever Kha'Zix shows up. And Kha'Zix actually does show up behind me here. Really bad attempt at a gank there, honestly, but it's really not the worst thing in the world. And Kha'Zix is up a good bit on me on CS now, which is a good bit of a problem. But I can just come back up to my blue side and do my blue side clear. So ideally they had the advantage in mid because they killed mid, they made me back off, and bot lane was shoved in. So ideally, they should have done dragon right there instantly. But they settle for going back up toward the red side, which doesn't really make that much sense to me. But as I've said before, I've already made quite a few problems. So I go ahead and start Herald thinking that they should be doing Dragon, but they clearly are not doing Dragon, so I get Herald for free because they don't have vision on it. Shin is just able to really dash and be safe without having to worry about me ganking him so much, so he's had really decent positioning up to this point. And right here is another play that really doesn't pan out very well for us, which it's kind of a... I accidentally start hitting the Shin there, and then I just kind of bait myself into going for a bad turret dive. So at this point, you can make an argument that Kha'Zix is outplaying me here. He definitely took advantage of what I gave him, but yeah, was trying to funnel a little bit more gold back into the Renekton, but without proper comms, I didn't really tell the Renekton I didn't necessarily want to dive there. I was trying to hit the turret so we could finish the Shin, but so is the life of disabling all chat.
Turret plating will fall soon.
So anyway, needed to finish up my blue side. Needed to finish it up earlier. Now we're going back onto the red side clear. Still a good bit down to CS. I know my bot lane is being shoved in right now. Or actually my ADC's dead, my support's up. So I'm wanting to look for a play down below. And we actually see that their bot lane is actually shoved in really hard here. So I do get a free kill onto the a free kill onto the Twitch because they overextended onto my bot lane. And the Leona got the kill on the Ziggs there. Yeah, we took advantage of there. We saw Nico was half health, so I just wanted to poke at her in lane for a second. I noticed that bot is pushed in. I'm kind of just blindly checking the blue side until I can see the overextension from the red team here. And I come in and clean up for the double. And then I go right back to clearing my red side because I know I'm still down on CS. And the ward there allowed Kha'Zix to see where I was. And he gets caught overextending. I am still very weak as well, so they kind of have to hard reset on the dragon there. But instead we start fighting. Because it's us to hard reset. But the enemy team just starts overextending here. I just say, screw it, let them get dragon. I'll get this second, I'll get this herald. So this will be a easy second herald take for us. We take another objective. We actually see where Renekton kills the top laner. So my goal now is to take Herald and send it top. Because I know he's weak, and their jungler just died. Because we were pushing in the same lane together, so that way we can cause a lot of chaos in top lane. So we essentially just shoving it in now because the top laner and the jungler both died, and it gives us the opportunity to shove it in really hard. And their mid laner waits until right then to try to answer us, but by then it was entirely too late. So we're able to play for these picks, really, honestly. We kind of caught one person at a time in the last, like, 3 kills. the Renekton solo killed the Shin. We teamed up on the Kha'Zix, and then the mid laner came up by herself. So it allowed for a really good opportunity to shove in top lane and funnel some gold back into our Renekton. Got him back into the game after being down 0-3. Then we just get back to our blue side, clear into our blue side because we know we're still down on CS. So the CS score really could have been better. Part of where the you're gonna see my low elo miss, but anyway, because we had a couple kills in bot lane, that gives a little bit of prio for me to be able to, or a little bit of comfort for me to be able to go into their blue side to check out their blue side and see if there were any camps. There were no camps, so it wasn't. It obviously wasn't clear, but it was still decent enough to check it without really knowing the jungler's CS at the time. The opposing jungler's CS, that is. So yeah, going back and buying. I'm trying to build a good bit of AD. Maybe a little bit bruisery here. I'll get a little bit more health in. Right here at this point, we're just trying to take advantage of people overextending. And Renekton is definitely working on doing so. I managed to catch up to the Ziggs, and we get the kill on him for Renekton. We didn't have to worry about too much about the first two dragons because we had really good control of the map, and because we have really good positioning on Dragon 3, we can come in there and get some major damage in. Nico choosing a very dumb place to back right there, and it just kind of causes a chain of events where the enemy team doesn't really understand to back off and recognize that the Nico's just caught dead there, so no one else needs to be there. That's just a lack of situational awareness, and like I said, this is low elo, so yeah. And once again, the support runs out to die. And at this point, we've just been kind of just coming back and forth into the game where there's a lot of picks being traded back and forth, and it really kind of got us a bit further into the lead here. We'll take a look at this fight going on right here. Renekton's behind enemy line, so he's going to be able to punish the Nico again for being out of position. I don't really know if they knew Renekton was there. I'm sure they did because of the words, but I'm coming back out of base now. I want to be able to make sure we have control over Baron, because Baron's the last big objective that's on the map right now available. So if there's anyone overextending, we want to catch them overextending, and because there are two people dead, we have a main advantage to take. We do have a one-man advantage to take Baron. So because we already have 4 people up on this side of the map anyway, we just go ahead and take it. And if they want to stop us, they literally have to face check us. So it was a very good Baron take, and yeah, we just take advantage of them and their bad positioning. And it's kind of just snowballing us back into a lead into the game. This was a little bit of an awkward situation there. Renekton got caught out between multiple people. And I just decided to say, screw it, I'm going to get a little bit of my camps done. Because I'm still down on CS, but overall still doing much better than the Kha'Zix is. Not by a whole lot, but a little bit better. I do want to catch them overextending here. Just keep helping catch people overextend that are overextended. Rek'Sai is really good for aggressive jungling like that and aggressive positioning. I found it very weird that Nico was in our red side jungle there when their team didn't really have the numbers they needed to be on our side of the map. But we wasn't really too much of an issue. Yeah, Nico's ult does at least a third of my health, almost half. So that was a nice little experience. We're kind of just stalling out for ticks here again, and it's very odd because they really had the man advantage and man opportunity to really genuinely fight us, and they kind of just fought us 1 to 2 people at a time. And ultimately, see, Renekton started 0-3 in lane phase, and then all of a sudden in team fight phase he's 8-5-7. So he literally goes 8-2 and however many assists extra during team fight phase. And one strong Renekton in the front line, and then the mid laner and myself doing the AP and AD damage to follow up. It's pretty strong. Pretty strong little gameplay that we have. I kind of failed to get bot lane going this game, but it is what it is. It's so weird to see a Tristana with that low of health. It's just so odd. Now this was a little odd play right here. Honestly, we kind of were just messing around. She zoned my ult, and then I stopwatched her. Yeah, I stopwatched her after her stopwatch, so it was kind of just me goofing around and not really trying it that second in time. Yeah, I want to come back up to mid lane, get a little bit of help out my mid a little bit here, and make sure the lane's still being pushed in. And while they're being shoved in, and we have prio, while we have mid prio, I'm going to go into Kha'Zix's jungle and start taking his camps. And this is where you actually can look at the CS lead and see that I've finally taken him over at the CS lead. So this is kind of what you need. This is absolutely what you need to do. As an opposing jungler, when you recognize the positions that you're able to, you need to be able to go into the enemy jungle, take their camps when it's safe to do so. And Rek'Sai especially is very good at being aggressive. So, highly encourage trying out Rek'Sai if you don't have an AD jungler that you play. She's not really that complicated at all. And she has a pretty good opportunity for quick ganks off, and if there are champions that are invisible, you can use the Tremor Sends to kind of see where invisible enemies are and stuff. But anyway, this was a fun little Rek'Sai game. I'm going to have another one coming up later this week where, yeah, we're going to be having some fun on Rek'Sai this season. If you haven't played it yet, highly recommend trying out Rek'Sai. If you don't like her, that's fine. But she's very strong in Season 13 right now, so I do recommend it. And with that being said, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.